It's lucky 11:11 p.m. on the East Coast with American Meck out in Florida, myself and Chadwick in Pennsylvania. We're doing our ninth podcast. I believe it's our ninth podcast together. Today we're going to be discussing topics of business and drawing with Meck. That was our kind of idea. Now, let's go from there.
All right.
It's good,
So,
Meck.
something that we got most looking forward to is mine and yours businesses both together. What's our new logo coming up? That we both kind of created, and then we also got my future drawings that I still do. And honestly, I feel making more like dragons and like honestly more mythical creatures. And probably more aliens, too.
All right, so that's what's up. Our topic here is business and drawing. So when I think of business and drawing, the first kind of word that pops in my head is logo design and logos. Do you have a favorite logo, like a favorite business logo that's unrelated to our stuff, just a favorite logo design of a business out there? What would your favorite logo design be on of a business?
For our business?
No, for a business that already exists in the United States or around the world, their actual logo, that's your favorite.
Dang, that's a tough one.
It can be anything. For example, one example being like McDonald's has the big golden M arches. That's a logo right there. Don't use that one. Pick another one. But that's an example. Now, can you think of a logo that you like that pops out in your mind here?
I like Chipotle.
Chipotle.
It's one of my favorite restaurants to go to.
I'm thinking of Chipotle. When I think of Chipotle, I just think of their storefront has a big Chipotle sign written, like their name written Chipotle on it. What's so special to you about Chipotle's logo?
I don't know. It's just food, honestly. That's my favorite place to go to.
Well,
honestly, I don't think they should have a logo. But if you're asking about logos, mine would probably be Taco Bell.
Taco Bell logo. Now, okay, so now it's gone from Chipotle to Taco Bell. I think Taco Bell has a bit more of a logo to it. It's got that bell.
But
everybody knows.
If you ask me, Chipotle should have a logo for themselves because they don't have a logo now that you mention it to me.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
Nothing that I can think of that they have that I know about other than their name. It's like the logo is their name, so they don't have like an animal representing them or like something else representing them, unless it's like I'm sure they must have something like I don't know what it would be, but they must have something other than just Chipotle, I would think. But Taco Bell, let's jump into that because there's definitely a logo with Taco Bell. They have the big bell. When they do the commercials on TV, you hear that loud ding noise every time. I remember it in my head. It's like clockwork. It's basically like this memorized it's been implanted into my mind from seeing so many Taco Bell commercials. Right? They have that.
I know it's funny. What I would kind of think of is like, I know Taco Bell was first before Chipotle was, but instead of like Taco Bell's like design, what I would picture for them is like a grandfather's clock. Like, you know how they do like those big loud ding ding after like an hour or so with the grandfather's clock?
Possibly, yeah. Okay, so yeah, the grandfather clocks.
Honestly,
they're big.
That's what I would think of for them for a design.
For a
As for Taco Bell, all we got is like a original bell. That's it.
You're thinking the old grandfather clock, grandfather clock is like this clock. It's very big and tall, is in my mind, and it has like this kind of. So it's a clock where it has the two arrow, or what do you call them? The two points on it that are spinning around and telling you what time it is. And underneath on the grandfather clock is
Yes, and
a
like
giant
every single
bell, and
hour hits on a dot. Like for a grandfather's clock, like you picture like a big clock, like going up and around until like it breaks down, but it's like made out of wood.
mm-hmm. Yes,
Every single
scan.
hour, it things like
Yep.
ding, ding.
And then what does it have a song at like 6 o'clock or something? It has like does it have a little song at certain times of the day? Like 12 o'clock, it goes off with a little bit of a song.
That one I would have to think of.
I know
But
I know church bells do that. Like at certain times throughout the day, if there's a church bell around, they'll just ring the
but
bell.
that's what I would think of for Chipotle, like a big grandfather's clock.
Because you think they're the grandfather of Taco Bell, is that why?
Yes.
Well, what do you think? Let's talk about the logo a bit more of the Taco Bell logo. Can you describe that? Because I'm thinking of it in my head. Can you describe it? Maybe the way that you describe it will be kind of interesting.
What the kind of way that you kind of describe me of like a Taco Bell is like one kind of bell that like a little bell that like you hold in your hands, like a little ball in the middle, like a
Yeah,
middle
like
thing with the round side. I kind of picture and you can like move in your hands like like a small little bell. But for Taco Bell, I was thinking like a big grandfather clock.
so now you're saying Taco Bell should have a grandfather clock.
No, I'm saying Chipotle should have
Okay,
a
yeah, that's what I
grandfather
thought. Okay,
clock.
yeah,
But because Taco Bell already made a design, and
yep,
it's a little bell.
yep.
And honestly, if you ask me, Chipotle is way better than Taco Bell.
Okay, let's stop right there. Stop right there. Hold up. Meck just said Chipotle is better than Taco Bell. Wow. I don't know if our audience is going to be able to handle that one. Can you
Honestly,
explain to them
I'm
why?
right. There is one thing that I think Taco Bell should do. Because right now, only thing that's my favorite thing to get at Taco Bell is chicken, rice, and lettuce and cheese. And sometimes in between, I go between the steak and the chicken. But if you ask me, if they really want to compete with Taco Bell, they really should come up with like a taco recipe that's different from Taco Bell's. And that way, they can make it like a real competition. Like, whose tacos are better? And they would have like their own type of whatever they want to put on to the tacos for it. That's what they really should do.
So Meck from Florida, what Meck is saying is that he's saying basically that what you're saying is that Taco Bell is competing with Chipotle, and Chipotle is better than Taco Bell. Is that what you're saying?
Yes and no,
Do you think
because
would you
honestly, I still love Taco Bell. But if somebody asks me, what do you want to go to, Chipotle or Taco Bell? I would choose Chipotle. But honestly,
Me
in
too.
Florida, so far I haven't found any.
I would probably go for Chipotle over Taco Bell too. The reason being is because they use, I think their food, like they use like local farms to get their food from. Is that correct, or am I thinking of someplace else? They usually use like local ingredients for their burritos. Was what I think that they're known for, unless I'm thinking of another taco company.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay, that's one thing. And two is like the food is like it's like freshly cooked. You can see it in front of you, and it's when you get to choose each thing that goes inside of it. Whereas when you go to Taco Bell, you just pick a number and they already have they already are putting in what's going to be in that number. Whereas if you go to Chipotle, you get to choose. Okay, I want the brown beans, not the black beans. Okay, I want lettuce and tomato, but I don't want the guacamole. It's like you kind of get to choose. You get to choose more and really consider what your favorite thing is that's going into it, as well as am I wrong here to say that Chipotle doesn't do hard shell tacos and that Taco Bell does do hard shell tacos?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chipotle doesn't do hard shell tacos.
Oh shit.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you.
No, I actually just looked it up. Chipotle? Oh my god, I'm wrong. There's actually one in Fort Charlotte. I am wrong.
All right, that's where you're located around this Fort Charlotte area, correct? So you're gonna go to Chipotle.
I'm in North Dakota, which is sort of Bridge in 41, but damn, I am wrong. Alright, never mind. I didn't know that, so I looked it up right now.
I'll tell you, we're like in my area in Chester County, Pennsylvania. There's a ton of different taco places, just like random taco corporations popping up. Like it's just like popping up all over the place. I don't know what they are. They're just like little corporations, like Taco. It's weird. All these weird names. I can't even think of them. But
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. For a part-time job, when I go there, I think I want to ask them if they're hiring.
For Chipotle?
Yep.
I mean,
I'm going to ask them if they're hiring.
I think that kind of
if they are, I want to work nights for them.
Yep. I'm saying yes to that, Meck, because that kind of fits in with what you want to do with a taco truck, with a taco truck and the muck truck and everything we've been talking about in these podcasts. So being an employee at Chipotle could probably teach you some things about how they're made fast, how the operation works with different people working together to build a perfect taco, where they work as a team together to build the taco rather than just one person. Rather than just having one chef make the whole taco, there's a whole team of people where each person kind of puts in a little bit of effort at a time, and you kind of get to see how that process works. And you can also see all the food that, like, what food people are purchasing the most. Are they purchasing the beef tacos the most? Are they purchasing the chicken tacos the most? Are they purchasing the vegetable tacos? I mean, burritos is the correct word for Chipotle. Are they purchasing the vegetarian burritos? What are they purchasing? You can pay attention to that. You can also learn probably about just the general idea of burritos and more about them in general from different people who enjoy burritos, and that's why they're all there, is because everybody that's working there probably enjoys burritos to some extent, I would assume.
Honestly, not gonna lie, from a regular restaurant, this is the and I did hear what you said, and I agree with you 100%. What I should do is learn from them and everything like that. But get this, they're open from 10:45 a.m. to 11 p.m. Hey, like anyone should be like Chipotle like at any of this time.
Yeah, it's nice that they're open that late. 11 p.m. is pretty late for a store. What is talking?
And honestly, that would be perfect for like a. Honestly, I might ask them when I go to like go order some food and ask them like, I think the manager I was gonna ask for like look for a job, like kind of put it as that. Like,
I mean, dude, you've got enough talent to work. You've got more than enough talent to be working there. The problem is really the problem in question comes down to, are the people at that Chipotle going to be treating you with respect, and are they good people that are working there, for one? And two, are you going to learn something by working there?
Well, that's the one thing that I'm really good at.
Yeah.
And I just gotta keep an eye on them and like kind of think like, alright, what's happening here?
and I think
we need that. We need blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah. Like I'm not the manager or whatever, but I'm gonna be like a cook somehow, and
yeah.
I'm gonna tell him like, man, I can roll any type of taco that you want me to roll. Honestly, like pouring stuff into them, it's easy, man. I got this. Like I know how to work Chipotle,
Yeah, I could see you. I
and
could
it
see
would
you
be
doing
easy to
that.
learn. All they would have to do is like teach you like which sauces are which, because you go from ordering there, I still don't know. Like I sort of gotta ask them for which sauces.
Yep.
Which ones are which? I don't know which sauce is which. Which sauce is medium? Which sauce is hot?
All right, where
Alright, man, let's go back to your business idea.
well,
Like,
I was just
what
about
do
to.
you have going on
I
for
was
that?
actually just about to cut you off and say we're kind of at we're at the 15-minute mark, so we pretty much are completing this podcast. I wanted to say like number two would be like you got to work at a place where you're going to learn something, and eventually, I think you're a smart person, Meck, and I believe that eventually, if you decide to work at some place like Chipotle, that you're gonna out figure them out. You're gonna figure them out so well that you can make your own tacos and you can make your own sauce better than all of
That's it there.
them. So it's like eventually you would have to leave them to go someplace even better. But I could see that as a good place. That's some place that I think would be a good choice if that's something that you want to do because that fits right in with the American Meck taco truck. Just to sum up this whole podcast and what we've been talking about, everything from logos to business. We kind of skipped talking about drawing for this podcast. That was going to be one of our topics. But Meck, you want to close us out for tonight for this podcast, or say it,
Yeah,
or
I got you always,
feel
Chad.
free.
You know I always
Yeah.
got you.
And
But,
feel free to say anything else you wanted to say before you close this out. If there was anything else you wanted to add to this conversation.
alright, before I close this out, I want to let you guys know that I talked to my buddy, from my work, and he said he's gonna help me make hot sauce and everything. So when I press our site, selling like t-shirts and t-shirts, hats, and I don't want to have this crosscut is carpet kits, but that was further down the future. Alright? But I'm gonna say that probably by next week I'm gonna have a super hot sauce that's gonna blow your mind out. Like you
Heck yeah!
all wrong.
Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Let's go!
My end of next week or the other week. Possibly next week because he's still gonna do it this week. But
Heck yeah!
alright, let's just start closing, alright?
Yeah, man.
I'm ready to close. That's all I wanted to add to it.
All right, yeah, let's close it out. And I will also add that we own the website called pedaltothemetal.io, and soon we're gonna have merchandise up from for our own shop, and it's gonna be a lot of Meck's artwork that we've been talking about in this podcast, and we're both super excited to have that up by the end of September. We're gonna have some stuff for sale and some opportunity for people who are a part of our community to become even a greater part of our community by owning some of the artwork and some of the stuff that we've been working on and putting towards our American dreams with American Meck. I'm Chadwick. We're closing this out on September 12th, 2022. See you all soon. We got YouTube. We got podcasts on all the podcast platforms. We're on Spotify podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on a lot of different podcasting platforms, and our name is Pedal to the Metal, like metal is in metal that you won trophy. See you all soon. Peace out.
Yes, sir. We always appreciate you. And you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we want y'all to have a great night. And you know what we do? We pedal in the middle best we can. We always want to get our merch out there but as fast as we can. And you know what? Rise to the challenge. Whatever you think that what you want us to draw, to making sure that you have like what you want for whatever, like say carpets or anything like that. You name it, we'll have you it out there.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can even send it to me in chat, and we'll have it.
So what Meck is
But you know
saying?
what? We all love you.
So what Meck is saying is that he is up for a challenge. Go ahead and send us your idea of what you want him to draw, and he'll draw it. Peace.
And